Hello everyone, Coach Carol here with you, and today's video tutorial is all about using GPTs, that is generative pre-trained transformers. These are customized GPTs, and the one you're looking at now is one that I've created for those who are planning their genealogy for the year. So I've called it the Genealogy Journey Planner. It will ask several questions of you when you use this planner. And some of those include what's your preferred planning technology? Can you share your planning tool preferences? Do you prefer digital apps or paper planners? And what type of planning tools do you find most useful? So there's quite a few different ways in which one could approach a planning tool. So in this case, I'm putting in a prompt that is specific to my needs for planning for this year. I'm a seasoned genealogist planning to complete a suite of ancestral stories in 2024, between 20 and 25 chapters, and I prefer using a Trello board for the planning. So with that prompt in place, I'm going to send that message to the GPT. So we'll now have a look at what it's saying for me specifically in using a Trello board. So it knows Trello, so it's set up a set of suggestions for me for planning using a Trello board. Naming it Ancestral Story 2024 seems reasonable to me. Then you list your workflow stages, and lists are used in Trello to do that. And you can have, for example, an idea pool for potential story ideas. That's great. I like that. A researching list for the chapters you're currently researching. Then a writing list for those stories that are in the writing phase. Another for editing, one for review, and one for completed. I'd probably condense that into less than the 6 that it describes there. You can use labels to categorize chapters by family lines, geographic locations, time periods, or other relevant criteria. Then you set up cards, and it's the cards themselves that give you the details for each story, a title, a description, and perhaps a checklist with each card for the research tasks, the writing milestones, and the resources you want to consult, and any editing points. You can attach relevant documents and images, and you can set your due dates, and you can even put in your own comments. Some additional tips that this GPT gives me today include regular reviews, collaboration if you're working with others, and integration. Trello has a power-up feature that you can use that allows you to integrate other tools you might be using, such as Google Drives. So that's a good point. I'll have to have a look into that. And then a piece of advice at the end. The key to managing such a comprehensive project is flexibility, and therefore the Trello board should evolve with your project so that I can adjust and refine my progress as I go. So all of that is fantastic. What a great tool. So I'm wondering now what it might be like if someone else used this planner who was a beginner genealogist and wasn't sure what they would like to use for planning ahead. So let's put in a new prompt. Let's imagine that the user is now a beginner genealogist at level 1 as a researcher and wants to plan ahead for the next 3 months to find records of birth, marriage, and death for 4 grandparents and 8 great-grandparents. And they prefer to use online tools that are simple to use and that they can share with others. And they give an example like Google Docs and Sheets. So let's see what the GPT Genealogy Journey Planner comes up with this time. Very quickly, it's moved into a very streamlined set of tasks for me in the next 3 months. And it's working at lightning speed. So I'll now scroll back to have a look. Month 1, set up and preliminary research. First week is organisation. So create a Google Drive folder called Genealogy Research with your surname. And then inside the folder, create a Google Sheet called Genealogy Research Tracker to track your progress, including columns for name, relation, birth, record, etc. Fine so far. Week 2 to 3, initial data collection. Start with what you know and fill in the genealogy research tracker with all the information you have already about those ancestors. And of course, talk to family members who can give you details if they're missing. That probably wouldn't take 2 to 3 weeks, but it might depend on the time you have available. Week 4, you get into online research. So you can begin your online research to fill the gaps using websites that are databases of information about family history. Family Search, Ancestry are great places to start. And remember to document any sources of information in your tracker. Now, at this stage, that person might not yet have access to Ancestry, so that might be another step that's missing that could be taken in the week prior. So you can modify this to suit your needs. Then it goes on to describe what will happen in month 2, where you're diving deep into the records. So you might focus on finding birth records in weeks 1 to 2, marriage records in weeks 3 to 4, and then the following month, search for death records and review. The reviewing process is important because it's here that you can make your notes and check on any missing information, and that will open up new research avenues for you. It also goes on to give additional tips, document everything, stay organised, and engage with the community. So here I would suggest that we put the genealogist in touch with other communities of genealogists. That's worked well at both ends of the spectrum in using this GPT called the Genealogy Journey Planner. For myself, the information that it came up with, I'd now like to store that somewhere else so that I don't lose sight of it. So I'm just going to copy what it provided for me in that response. And all I do now is use the copy icon at the bottom of that response. I can then paste that into my Google document. So now that I've accessed my Google Drive and gone to the folder for the 5-day challenge, S.M.A.R.T Genealogy Planner, I'll create a new doc and simply paste that information in place. Now, this particular document will be viewable by those who are in the course called the S.M.A.R.T Genealogy Planner, and paste. I would add something at the top of that to make sense of this particular document. But now I have pasted that information into a document that I've simply called the Genealogy Journey Planner, and I've put in scenario 1 and also copied in the prompt that I've used. So now we'll move to the second one that I put in place, call that scenario 2. Go back to ChatGPT, and this is the scenario here. Copy that, paste it. Back again to ChatGPT and pick up the response, clicking copy and pasting it below. So now we have 2 scenarios in place for participants in the course to have a look at. I'll also put in place the link to the actual GPT. So now that I've gone to a fresh chat for the Genealogy Journey Planner, you can see the link at the top here, which is what you would give to those you want to share it with. And so I'll head back over to the document and paste that link in place. So that is a quick journey into how you can use the Genealogy Journey Planner. If you are a seasoned user of ChatGPT and have a subscription to ChatGPT 4, you can use this Journey Planner. Good luck with that, and I'll see you in another lesson soon.